Afternoon. It's July the 6th, and I want to do a little video on how I use my pH meter. This is a box that I took my onions out of, and we turned the soil in real heavy. Took it from the bottom up to the top, just stirred it all in. It's really light and loose and airy in here, and if you're new to gardening, I highly suggest you get you a pH meter. You can find them at the big box stores, and it makes a difference on what you plant where in your garden. I planted some tomatoes and some peppers this year and didn't test the pH, and it was a little low for the plants, and they struggled. And then the storms come and took them out, so that was the end of that. So I'm making this video for new people to gardening. Most of the veterans know to check their pH in their soil, and some of us do it, and then some of us forget to do it. So there's a, in your package, they give you instructions. I highly suggest you follow the instructions. Don't just take the pH meter out of the package, come out here and shove it down into your garden and turn it on and get a reading and think it's an accurate reading. Okay, so that's reading at 7. Just shoved down in the soil, and this soil, we've had sun for the past 2 days. It's really dry and really light and loose. So I'll cut it off. We'll stick it in the ground over here, turn it on, and there you at 7. No change. On the instructions, it says to take your soil out of your box, put it in a glass or cup, and fill it full of rainwater if possible, or distilled water. Don't use your tap water, because they pH your tap water from your city municipalities, and even if you let it sit for a day or so, your pH is going to be what it is in that water. So I have a barrel here of rainwater, and what I've done is I've taken 2 cups. This first cup is the soil out of the box. The second cup is the soil out of the box. We're going to compress this soil down, and then we're going to put it right in here. This is still dry soil. Get it down there. There we go. And we're going to turn this guy on and try to get a reading. There's my helper. She's watching everything we do. And we'll turn this guy on. Let's see if we can get a reading on it. So we're at a 7, the same reading that was in the box. And the only thing we've done different is taken that soil out of the box, put it in a cup, and compacted it. We'll give it a second. It's still on 7. No change. So we'll cut this off. We'll pull this probe out of here. And what I'm going to do is wipe it off on my shirt. They give you a Scotch-Brite pad that you clean the probe with. I can't do that and hold this video, so I'm just going to wipe it off on my shirt, my shorts. Let's see. You see I've cleaned the tip, the probe. Now this is the same soil and the same kind of cup, compacted. Let me mash it down a little bit. You can see the water has run out of the bottom of this cup. And we're going to try to get a different reading on this guy. So we're going to mash this thing down in there. Give her a couple little twists there. And we'll turn it on and see what the reading gets us. So we're dropping a little. Went back back up. So let me do this. We'll cut it off. We'll pull it up out of this. We'll wipe it off again. And I'm going to move it, try to get it more in the center of the cup. Now, she's down in there. Now you can see it starting to drop. So we went from 7 in the box to 7 in the cup that was compacted. Well, 7 in the box with loose soil, 7 in the cup with compacted soil, and now we're at 5.9 in the cup. That's compacted soil and saturated with rainwater. So you can see the difference in the readings there. So that's going to be more of what the reading in that box is when we get some rain. Or actually, that's going to be what the reading is now, but when it rains and that soil gets compacted in that box, it'll read more accurate. So we're around 5.9, and we're going to plant carrots. And carrots they like it between 5.5 and 7, so we should be okay with them. But if we were going to plant something that needs a higher pH, we would have to amend this soil with some lime and give it 3 to 6 months to sweeten that soil up and bring the pH up. So let's just cut this off, pull this probe out of here. I'm going to wipe it off again. Hold on just a second. And I suggest testing it multiple times. That come out of the side of the cup. Let's do it. Let me wipe it off. Shove it down in there. And now we'll start it all over. So we're at 7. And we're dropping. 6.2. So we're back at 5.8. Now we went down to 5.6. So we know at any rate we're in the 5s. You can see we're going on down. So we're at 5.3 there. So we'll test it one more time. We'll cut this off. Hang on just a second. Let me wipe off the probe. We'll push the soil back down. And we'll push this probe back in there. And you can see it dropping. And I suggest checking it several different times and get an overall average. So we're going to call that around 5.3 to 5.6 because it's bouncing back and forth. So that's how you properly test your soil pH with the pH meter. Always follow the instructions on the paperwork that they give you with the meter, and you'll be more accurate than just shoving the probe in the ground and getting a wrong reading. Thanks for watching.